Good morning, grade 10 students. Welcome back to the world of tenses. In last class, we have learned about origin of tenses and its kinds. Present tense, past tense and future tense. And in detail, we learn about present tense. Now move on to past tense. And this tense again subdivided into 4 categories. Past indefinite tense or simple past tense, past continuous tense or progressive tense, past perfect tense, and past perfect continuous tense or progressive tense. Now let's learn about the first one. What is it? Simple past tense or past indefinite tense. Let us raise with the question, what is a simple past do in a sentence and what is its use? See children, the simple past is used to describe an action, an event or condition that occurred in the past. Means it is used for an action which happened at a particular time in the past. That's why we identify it as a past tense. And its structure is subject plus V2 plus object. Okay? Example, I played, she played. Okay? Object, anything you can. I played cricket, I played hockey, anything as your interest you can add. As I said earlier, for every sentence you will be having affirmative sentence, a negative sentence, or an interrogative sentence, or negative interrogative sentence for everything. Earlier I have given an example like what? I am teaching grammar, I am not teaching grammar. I am at home, I am not at home. Are you at home? Such things. Now, in this given example, what I said, I played. Okay, that is affirmative sentence. When it comes to negative, I did not play. Opposite to it, that's it. Affirmative means general sentence. Negative sentence in the sense, opposite to it. Interrogative sentence, did I play? A negative interrogative sentence, did I not play it? Okay, keep this in mind. And now let us know the uses of simple past or past indefinite tense. The first one we can see. To show an action that took place in the past. Just now I said, what is that? The condition that occurred in the past, or else a particular thing happened in the past. Several examples we can take. My father left for Hyderabad last week. It rained yesterday. These are the examples we can calculate. And the second point is to show an action that happened for a long period of time in the past. What it is? To show an action that happened for a long period, it seems, of time in the past. We can take these illustrations, means examples. The poor child later became a famous surgeon. And the third usage is to show a habitual action in the past. What it is? It's a habitual action. Like, I got up at 4:30 a.m. every morning when I was a schoolboy. We went to temple every weekend. These type of things means to show a habitual action. Means he used to get up at 4:30 when he was a schoolboy. He went to temple every weekend. Okay, to show a habitual action in the past. So these are the 3 uses what we learn about a simple past or past indefinite tense. Now let's go to the next segment, that is the past continuous tense or the past progressive tense. Okay, what does it mean? The past continuous tense is used to describe actions ongoing in the past. Means the past continuous tense is used for an action which was happening at a particular time in the past. Actually, the word continuous will give us the definition. Continuous, it's being in a continuing process. What I'm doing now, I'm explaining it's continuing, but in the past or in the present or future, that matters much. Okay, and now let us see its structure. The structure is subject plus was or were plus V1 plus ing or V4 plus object. I repeat, subject plus was or were plus V1 plus ing or V4 we can say plus object. In such a manner, I was playing cricket. She was playing hockey. You were playing snooker. Right? These are the examples. So, was and were. Again, when we take about the affirmative sentence or negatives or interrogations or negative interrogations, we will be getting the examples like this with the same verb play. See that boys were playing. What it is? It's a casual sentence or affirmative sentence, natural sentence. If it is a negative, boys were not playing. If it is interrogative, were boys playing? Negative interrogative, were boys not playing? So these four categorized sentences. One is affirmative, negative, interrogative, and negative interrogative sentences will occur. And now let us see the usage of this past continuous tense or past progressive tense. The first use of this particular tense is to show an action that was continuing at a given time in the past. I repeat, to show an action that was continuing at a given time in the past. Let us observe the examples. At 5:30 a.m. I was taking exercise. We will be in deep sleep actually, but let us follow the example. Last evening we were playing football. Means what? An action that was continuing at a given time in the past. Last evening we were playing football. By the time when we discussed, he was talking about the past. At 5:30 a.m. I was taking the exercise. And now let us move on to the second example or the second usage here. To show an action that was continuing when another action expressed in simple past tense happened. Don't get confused. It's very crystal clear. Here in the second usage, the concept is to show an action, it seems, which was continuing with parallelly when another action expressed in simple tense. One action is being expressed in simple tense, to that parallelly another action is being continued. That is the second usage. We can understand by the example what it is. I was sleeping in the afternoon when the postman came. I was sleeping, an action that was continuing in the afternoon when the postman came. Simple past. Postman came. Simple past, right? The phone rang when I was taking my bath, or else when I was bathing. So the phone rang. One more example. When I arrived at home, mother was preparing tiffin. When I arrived at home, mother was preparing tiffin. Okay, students. Now it's time to move to the third segment of past tense, that is past perfect tense. And this past perfect tense is used to refer to actions that took place and were completed in the past. Or it is some actions that took place and were completed in the past. Like in a simpler form, it is used to express an action that was completed before another action started in the past. It seems it is used with the earlier of the two actions. The simple past tense is used with the other actions. And now what is the structure of it? Subject plus had plus V3 plus object. We can't get here has or have. Most of them will be using that with has and have. Has or have, it is present perfect. Now we are discussing about past perfect. In this, subject plus had, H-A-D, D for Delhi, had plus V3 plus object. Example, I had played cricket, she had played hockey, like this. And now let's move on to the affirmative. We can give an example like Prakash had played. Negative of it, Prakash had not played. Interrogation of it, had Prakash played? Negative interrogation sentence, had Prakash not played? So these are the four categories, the examples in which we can pose. The usage of this past perfect tense is, for suppose in a sentence, if two actions, if they have taken place and the earlier action is shown by the past perfect tense and the latter action by the simple past tense. Means if two actions have took place in a sentence, let us imagine, and here the earlier action is shown by a past perfect tense and the next action with a simple past tense, it seems. One is with past perfect and the next one is with simple past. Like the starting, I'll give the example. I had completed my work before I received a phone call from my brother. Means I had completed, their past perfect tense we are using. I received a phone or phone call, that is simple past. I had completed my work before I received a phone call from my brother. It is not receive, it is received, simple past. One more example. The train had already left when they reached the station. The train had already left when they reached the station. One more usage of this past perfect tense is to show the action happened before a specific time in the past. What it is? To show an action which is completed in a specific time in the past, it seems. For example, she had established her company before 2010. One more example we can take. I had fallen asleep before 8 o'clock. He had never played football until last week. So it is somewhere mentioning specific time in the past, like last week, 8 o'clock, 2010 in the given examples. And now let's move to the last segment of this past tense, that is past perfect continuous tense. What it is? Past perfect progressive tense or continuous tense. And what does it mean? It is used to indicate that a continuing action in the past began before another past action began or interrupted the first action. Okay. Or else in another way we can say that the past perfect continuous tense is used for an action that began before a certain point in the past and continued up to that point. It's being continued, like I had been playing or she had been playing, like that. And its structure: subject plus had plus been plus V1 plus ing or V4 plus object. Once again, subject plus had plus been plus V4 plus object or V1 plus ing plus object. That is its structure. So just now I have said the example, I had been playing. I subject, had as it is, been. Play V1 plus ing, playing V4. Playing cricket or hockey or snookers or chess or whatever it is, here that is object. Okay. Now let us see the affirmatives or negatives of these interrogation and negative interrogations. For example, we can take Vishal. Vishal had been playing. That is affirmative sentence. If it is negative, Vishal had not been playing. If it is interrogative sentence, had Vishal been playing? The negative interrogation sentence, had Vishal not been playing? In such cases, we can use this. Okay. Now let us know the uses of this past perfect continuous tense. The first one, duration before something in the past. That means we use this tense to show that something started in the past and continued up until another time in the past, like for 5 minutes, for 2 weeks, in such manner. And the examples are, they had been talking for over an hour before Rakesh arrived. How long had you been waiting to get on the bus? We can make a question format also. There is no wrong in it. Just now we have discussed in the earlier affirmative, negative, interrogative, negative interrogations, like that. We can make any type of sentences, not only affirmatives. James had been teaching at the university for more than a year before he left for London. We can say that. I had not been studying Turkish very long. So negatives also we can use. Okay. And to narrate a cause of something in the past also, we will use this past perfect continuous tense. Means something cause, we don't know. Like Kailash failed the final test because he had not been attending classes. Okay. Ravi gained weight because he had been overeating. So something, it happened, a cause of something in the past. For that also we'll use this past perfect continuous tense. Okay, now let us sum up what we learned today. What we learned? Past tense. And in this past tense, it is divided into 4 categories. What are they? Simple past or simple indefinite tense, past progressive or continuous tense, past perfect tense, past perfect or progressive tense. Simple past is used for an action which happened at a particular time in the past. For that example, I climbed, I ate, such things. And past continuous tense, an action which was happened at a particular time in the past, like girls were playing, students are listening the grammar class, etc. The next one, past perfect tense. What does it say? It is in a sentence or in a conversation, an event that happened in the past before another event in the simple past tense was completed. That is called as past perfect tense. Example, Alekia had borrowed money from the bank to buy her new car. The other example, we had reached their house after the dinner was over. And the last one, past perfect continuous tense. And it is used for before a certain point in the past and continued up to that point. Like I had been studying. If it had not been raining, we would have gone to the park. Okay, students, hope you understood. Now it's time to give homework. Open your Living English Grade 10 workbook and come to page number 217. Page number 217, simple past, 218 past continuous, 219 past perfect, and 220 past perfect tense, past perfect continuous tense. These 4 pages exercises you have to do. Okay, this is the homework. Thank you and have a good day.